I'm not from a racing background. I'm not from a racing community. I worked really, really hard and I ended up getting a scholarship to go to a private school, which is why I always get told I sound well-spoken, but it's because I went to private school. I'm from a black and ethnic minority community. It's quite new to the racing world, and that's probably why I get recognised the most as well. And also I like to post on social media a lot of all the horses that I ride, on race courses in my community, but just the general world, I think I've been recognised once. I am from South London, Peckham. I was born and raised in London, sort of no real access to horses, but I've always wanted to ride. And then I found this riding club called Ebony Horse Club in Brixton, and I started riding ponies and cobs. And then I got offered to ride in the Magnolia Cup by a guy from ITV called Ollie Bell, and they set me up for training, and I did about three months of riding and had to do a few assessments, and then went straight into the Magnolia Cup and rode this amazing horse and won it, and it changed my life.
Haviland is getting there with every stride on the near side. The Grey Clueberries Company runs on well far side.
First, number 7.
Because there's not many Muslim stories or Islamic stories or hijabi Muslim stories that are necessarily positive. Everything in the news about Muslims is always quite negative. So to have a positive story about, a sports success story was huge for my community. So within my community, I get a lot of recognition, but also within the racing sphere, I'm a completely new face in racing. I've only been in the sport for a few years, or at the time I would only been in the sport for a year. Because my parents are immigrants, and when they first came to this country, the only thing that they wanted was security, and they were the route to security is education. So they really stressed heavily that I take my education seriously. Well, I was planning to go to university, but then I did the Magnolia Cup, and that's why I had a bit of tension with my family, because they were like, you need to focus on the studies and not the horses. I tried to do both. It was tough. I managed to do both but I could have probably got better grades. At the end of the day, I don't have generational wealth behind me. I stuck at it, finished my degree, and then I said to myself, now we can crack on with racing and give it a proper go, because I don't like doing stuff 50-50. People are like, do your degree and race. You just can't. Racing is quite full-time. You have to do it every morning, you're up early. I can't be going to lectures and riding racehorses, just too much. So yeah, now I can properly devote my energy towards the racing world. I rode 4 lots. On my way home to see my family, I got wiped out by a car, and I had I was in hospital for a bit. I had a really bad knee injury, which still flares up to this day. But luckily, I've got both legs, so I'm very grateful. But yeah, that took me out for 3 months. If you're gonna let a setback stop you, don't bother, because there are so many setbacks. And I'd say last year was a really difficult year. But I'm glad that I made it to where I am now, because the graft was worth it, I think. Even though I haven't raced yet, I'm still I'm enjoying it, so I can't complain.
When she came, she said that she hadn't been riding out as much, and she obviously wanted to get a few rides and get back into it. So she's riding out now every day, riding 5 or 6 lots, which is and the babies, and she's doing really well. She's very quiet on horses, which I like. She's very good with babies, she's very soft with them. And she's good with the fillies, just a nice quiet rider. It's obviously a bit daunting, and they're not obviously mechanically controlled, so you've got to have a bit of feel and touch, and fortunately for Khadija, she's got it.
Are you seeing positive strides since Goodwood?
Absolutely. I mean, just from the exposure from the race itself, I have loads of people messaging me all the time asking, how do I get involved in the sport? I really want to do what you do. And then we've got the Riding a Dream Academy set up with Ollie and Naomi, and the Racing Foundation has been really kind to support and fund these programs where we get a bunch of kids every year to not only try racing but try every aspect of the industry, stud farm, breeding, and looking at the veterinary side, look at going into farriers and seeing what they do. We look at all aspects of racing and get as many young people involved as possible. Hopefully my amateur career will bring more people involved in the sport. But yeah, we've got now like young people that are going to be representing themselves and our community, and they're all going to be inspirational, you know, representatives of the sport. And it's going to be like a domino effect, I hope.